What's the role of the governor in the lingering rulership crisis in tandem with Arachukwu Kingdom?
Well, the role of the governor, or the role of the governor, is that of a peacemaker. Is that of an arbiter. That is his role.
Which side is he on? Is it that of a Berechukwu Oji or Prince Godwin Ide? Which of them is he siding so far?
Well, we do not intend to personalize these things, because Arachukwu is not one mushroom autonomous community. Arachukwu is a revered kingdom, and that is why it is called the Great Aro Kibo. Aro has a very rich, history and cultural heritage. So it is not a kingdom. If you come across the history of Aro, then you know that it's somehow sacred. It's not something we just throw to the dogs and begin to discuss. That's why it looked as if I kept quiet when these guys, the PDP people, were churning out all kinds of things. In the first place, the governor is not new in anything and everything concerning Aro, his ancestral home. He's not hidden, has made massive contribution, and that is why they hold him in high esteem. So at all times, he strives to ensure that the right things will be done in Aro. And because he's always been fair and selfless in anything that has to do with Aro, they have so much respect for him. So what actually happened, and this is subject to this is open to independent investigation, was that there were two, yes, because the men are still alive. They were the two people that were supposed to, two very early persons that were supposed to run for that position, that were entitled to aspire to be Aro. And one of them is in his late 80s, and the other is in his early 90s. And you know that the processes that lead to the selection of Aro is a very Herculean one. It's not something you wake up and pick and say it's Aro. No. And that is why even when the Aro dies, you see it's a very difficult process. The processes of burying him is usually like a carnival. So the same thing with the process of replacement. So the governor, and this was before he became the governor. You can investigate independently what I'm telling you now. Before he became the governor, and called these two highly respected statesmen. I held a meeting with them in his house in Lekki, Lagos. Some other persons were there, other respected Aro sons were present. He appealed to them. It was a done event, kind of ceremony. Appealed to them, said, because of your age and because of the hitches, all the processes associated with selection and replacement and all those things, we would suggest that two of you step down and allow younger people from the same, families that were entitled, the same royal families, to run. And these people, because of this was not, I said before he became the governor. I didn't say, now this thing happened, I think early last year, very early last year. You understand? Okay, I think that was 2022. Okay. 2022. These people agreed, without no objection, because they have respect for him, because they know he loves, supports, and has so much respect for them. And said, but their own people, those coming from should be entitled. Of course, it wasn't an issue. That was what led to the two persons you mentioned. I do not want to start mentioning their names. It's intentional. That was what led to two of them being called. The governor now held a meeting with them, now that he's the governor. The governor now had, when this process of succession started, and now had because there are two, how do I describe it, that have the authority to produce the Aro, to present the Aro. It is not what one Eze does. It's like a trinity. You understand? So the governor had a meeting with these two aspirants and said, because you people are brothers, because we are brothers, because we wouldn't want this thing to, look as if it was a battle or whatever, two of you should discuss and agree for one to step down for each other. they could not reach any agreement. A decision was now taken. They were called in the prison, and this thing I'm telling you is recorded, the video. I said, okay, since both of you did not agree, a committee will be set up, which you people must accept. Whatever the committee decides, whoever the committee selects, is the person that will be made the Ezaro. They agreed. I said they agreed without any objection. And after the committee met with them, took their decision, selected someone, one of them, the other person now. The presentation and the relation of Ezaro is not something you do as if you are, you are doing a primary school party or whatever.
So you're simply saying that the governor has no hand in what is
absolutely happening. Like I said, the governor, because if I tell you the governor doesn't know what is happening, I will be lying. But I'm telling you that what the governor is doing is to be on the path of justice and due process and equity and fairness, to ensure that Aro is not disgraced, is not embarrassed.
And that is
and
what
at the third level, the people, let me tell you, the way the Aro people behave, Aro is not where you can come and impose anybody. You can go and sponsor, they can go and sponsor all kinds of things. PDP can write all kinds of things. Aro is not where you can go and bring it. These people, when it comes to Ezaro, they are very discerning, they are very smart, they are very careful. They do not want anything that will bring that kingdom to ridicule. So people can politicize and say whatever, but what I've told you is actually what happened. So one person will now can say, somebody will now rush and go and do one funny thing, somebody will raise your hand and say you are now Ezra. Why does it happen? The person should go back to history. So I say, it's not my personal thing, it's not a political thing, I don't want to invade, but I've just given you a lowdown of what happened.